Hi everybody, Ian Brookfield, and I'm back here to report on the just recently finished, the last 10 minutes of the Towns Funds Board. As I've said previously, we've had about 3 or 4 of these meetings. Today was the actual day where we finally going to put our submission in. So I've got a list of schemes within Wolverhampton, Wednesfield and Bilston that have just been agreed unanimously by the board. And don't forget, the board consists of local businesses, people from the council, myself, the cabinet member, and our 3 MPs. So it's really good news that it's every single proposal has been agreed unanimously, and we can now send them in. The bid will go into government in the next week, and we've just been told that we should expect a reply in by late September. So obviously, I should imagine that's when I'll come back online to tell you how successful or not we've been. But everyone was really pleased. Everyone was pleased with the quality. Everyone was pleased with distribution of the schemes. And so very quickly, just going to highlight a few. People will know the City Learning Quarter opposite Bilston Road Police Station, and that's going to be a major post-16 education centre, 2,500 apprenticeships, it's nearly 13,000 learners in FE courses, and there's a bit of work going on at the Bilston campus as well, and that will create 750 jobs for the Black Country. Funding ask of 10 million, really important. Then we have the National Brownfield Institute. This is on the old Springfield Brewery site, and this will instead of and this is called Imagination nationally and internationally, and we've already got some promises of funding. Well, just about to get them, and that's going to be, instead of just lifting and shifting brownfield site, the poisonous earth, this is an institute to look at new ways of doing that. Unfortunately, in the Black Country, because of our historical legacy, we all live on brownfield land. It's all contaminated with various. So this is working with the university to try and make that cleaner, better, faster and quicker. So that's a funding ask of 2.6 million. The Wolves at Work, a funding ask of 1 million. That's a service that a lot of people in Wolverhampton have used the last 2 years. They've already got over 5,000 people in work, and that's for continuation of that scheme. Then we talk about a little bit of regeneration and renewal. Brewers Yard, which is not too far from the Springfield site, is a 715 homes development. There's a funding ask of 5 million. That helps prepare these places to make them economically viable for developers. And we've got a developer already lined up for that. And that'll remediate 1 1/3 acre of brownfield land and create 715 homes. Then we have the same with Horsley Fields, which is another 352 homes, 20% affordable, creating 154 jobs, over 2 hectares of brownfield land reclaimed. And so that's funding ask of 5 million. And then we've got an element called change of perceptions. It's how people look at Wolverhampton, Bilston, Wednesfield. So it's making an effort, to project ourselves where we should be, and actually give us some of the facilities we need to be. So the first one is the Arts Park, fantastic development, a funding ask of 3 million. This is, people know the Grand Theatre. This is a position very close to that. Will there be a 200 space additional theatre with over 100 businesses supported and over 300 learners assisted, and that's one of the issues in the Arts Park. That's absolutely fantastic. An extra £1 million for an event programme, whether that's in Bilston or Wolverhampton or across the city. This is getting those big events in. Before the lockdown, we were having the British National Road Race Cycling Championships. Unfortunately, it got postponed, but it's bringing that type of energy and events to Wolverhampton, because the people of our city deserve to see them just as much as anybody else. So that's £1 million ask for that. Oh, this is over 5-6 years, by the way. And then we got enhancing connectivity. So we talk about the continuation of the West Side Link, which is a lot of work on public realm. We also talk about 5G. We're one of the only cities in the world to be chosen as a 5G city. So this is further improving that work, helping a lot of businesses and providing jobs and mobile sites. That's £1 million funding ask. Towpath connectivity. This will please a lot of people. Obviously, a lot more people are using the towpaths and the canal system now, and this is £1 million ask to bring them nearly 4 kilometres of towpath up to spec, to resurface them, make them safer, landscape enhancements. So that will go down very well indeed. And then a £7.5 million ask for Bilston Market. You know, so the Bilston one and the Wensfield one are still getting, we'll put the money in, we'll put the bids in, but they're still getting worked up. So it's primarily areas around Bilston Market and Bilston Market itself. Same goes with Wensfield. It's a £4 million ask, and it's over the next weeks and months, people will be coming out saying, well, what do we need? Do we want covered walkways? Do we want an improved market space? You know, and a better retail and public area? I would suggest we already know the answer to that, but it's how we then use that £4 million for a scheme. At the end of all this, we've got a £44 million town funds ask, just over £3 million revenue ask. We're looking at 1,281 homes delivered, nearly 16 acres of brownfield land reclaimed, and over 21,000 floor space delivered. It's a big ask. It's a £48 million ask nearly. The initial outlines was 25 million, but we've had further advice since COVID that you're allowed to put in up to 15 million, but there'll be more scrutiny on your submission. And the whole board was unanimous. Fine, let's do it. Let's be bold. Let's try and get everything. Just finally, there was a £1 million additional grant. If you remember, I spoke last time, but that has to be spent this financial year very quickly. And so we're looking in Wolverhampton, Wensfield, and Bilston to use that money. We haven't got a proper breakdown at present. We've got until next week to get that particular one in, but that'll be a lot of refreshing, a lot of public realm work, perhaps cafes, restaurants, you know, helping them bring their custom to the new way of working outside. So create that kind of feeling, whether it's cycle hubs, public realm, cosmetic improvements, street furniture, planters. Everybody knows it. These are just some of the ideas, but that'll be put in next week. That'll make an immediate difference over the next 12 months. Some of the other things I've been talking about will be 18 months, 2 years before you start to see it come to fruition. So there you go. Timetable. We will have an answer by the end of September. More than happy to come back to you and tell you how that's gone. Fingers crossed, Wolverhampton, Wensfield and Bilston. This is a big bid. There's a lot of brilliant initiatives and will make a difference to all our lives. So thanks very much. Fingers crossed. Thanks very much. Be safe, be kind. See you soon. Bye-bye.